Really excited about our team. They've worked incredibly hard. I think there's great connectivity. I think we have a chance to be really good. I'm not sure we're really good right now, but we'll work towards that each day. So good to see you guys again. Where's Step? Did he retire?
No, he's actually in New York right now.
Oh, jeez. Losing out to the Big Apple. We'll send him my best. Any questions?
You talked a lot in this preseason about this team needs to be able to finish better than last year. What kind of steps are you taking toward that? Are you changing the approach in the preseason or anything during the season? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, a lot worked last year, and so, I mean, it's not like we have to completely reboot anything. It's just an awareness of the things that we weren't able to complete. And, there were goals that we had that we didn't finish as well as we wanted to. So a lot of it's conversation and experience gained. And so, that's, that'll be a focus of ours this year.
Any of the newcomers really stand out to you so far in these preseason workouts?
They've all had their moments. We have an experienced team in terms of the amount of college basketball our group has played, but we do have a number of new faces and guys that will be in different and expanded roles. Our five newcomers, if you consider Greg Elliott, who didn't play, Kobe McEwen, Jace Johnson, and two freshmen, Samir and Dexter. I think all five of those guys are guys that can contribute and help us. Jace has been an elite level rebounder throughout his college career. He's a big physical, rim protector, rebounder, screen setter, and I think all of that will help us. Kobe McEwen sat out last year, was an important part of our team with the scout team. He's a dynamic guard. I think he complements our other perimeter players incredibly well. Really good passer, terrific driver, and can make open shots. The thing I really love about Kobe is his competitive spirit. He brings an edginess to the floor every time he's on it, and I mean that in the most complimentary of ways. So, I think he can be a terrific player, for us. Greg Elliott, first and foremost, is just good to see him back out on the court. He's been practicing, since we've started our practice sessions, and each week he's able to do more and more. I hope he is able to stay healthy and people get to see the real Greg Elliott. High IQ player, very easy to play with, makes the people around him better. A terrific teammate, and he's not at 100% yet, but still he has shown flashes of being a guy that will really help our team. Two freshmen, being a freshman guard on a team with a lot of really good experienced guards, it adds to how difficult it is, learning the ropes, so to speak. But Samir, is a true point guard, pass first guy. I think he's got the potential to be a great leader down the road. He's vocal, he's spirited. He seemingly makes the right plays, which is not always the case with young guards. And then Dexter is, he's got great size for the guard position, tremendous athlete. I think he's a very competitive young man, and has really shown flashes of who, we think he can be consistently. Like all freshmen, those two guys, that's the challenge for young players, is to do it day after day after day, especially when you're competing against guys like Sakar, who's a really good college player, Marcus, Kobe. That's not easy. But all five of the new guys, I think, can help us and will help us, and we're thankful that they'll be out on the floor this year.
Samir and Dexter, are you considering redshirting one of them? Do you have some more options in the backcourt?
We'll look at all options. One of the great things about the rules is we won't have to make that decision until right before our first game. And my thought and belief for all our guys is here in the preseason, before we start playing games, is they need to attack each day like they're trying to win a starting role. And the more competitive practices are, the better everyone's going to be. So, I don't want it to get in their head where, I'm not going to play this year. No, we want you to attack it like you're trying to win a starting position. And then at the end of the day, if redshirting is the best decision for you and for our program, then we will attack that when it comes.
Overseas trips ostensibly are supposed to bring players together, the trips that you're able to take every 4 years. Have you noticed anything since you've been back from your European trip about the guys getting closer?
Yeah, I think we have a really close team, and I think we had a really close team before the foreign trip. But certainly that helps. I mean, to share in a life experience like that with a group of your teammates and peers and members of our basketball program, I think only should help galvanize you and grow, help you grow together. And I think our foreign trip did that. The games overseas, in all honesty, they weren't great games for us. So, like, what did we learn from the games? We learned more from the practices than we did the games. However, it was an incredible life experience. Barcelona, Paris, the beaches of Normandy was just incredible. And I think our guys valued it. I think they got what they wanted out of it, and I think we got what we wanted out of it as well.
You kind of coached Marcus through his entire college career, but how has he really taught you something as a coach?
Marcus is he's had an incredible college career. And, I think when you talk about coaches and players' relationships, the idea is that the players are supposed to learn from the coaches. And certainly that's true. But I think coaches can learn from the players as well. Marcus has a swagger. He has a gift that, I think we've put him in a position to unleash at the very highest level. If you would have asked people in high school, did they see Marcus Howard developing the way he's developed at Marquette? I think most people would say it's far exceeded their expectations. And so, one, if you believe in really good people and you surround them with really good people and you grow with them through the good times and the bad, then they have the greatest chance to reach their potential. And I think that's the formula that we've tried to use with Marcus, and he's flourished in it to an incredible level. I mean, he's got he's going to be the all-time leading scorer here, which is, if you think about the great players and the history of the studs that have worn the jersey, that's an incredible feat.
How has Marcus kind of taken a leadership role for the team both on and off the court in the senior season?
Well, I think Marcus and Sakar, Ed, those three guys, they've, even though Ed came to us a little bit later, they've been around the block here at Marquette, and they've all had very strong voices. Certainly Marcus leads with being a tremendous example, both on and off the floor. And he's probably our most vocal guy on a day-to-day basis in practice. And our other guys feed off that. And when he's being external and talking and leading, not only are we better, but he's usually at his best as well. So, hopefully he can continue to do that.
Stan said the other day that Marcus made Marquette sexy again. I don't know if he used the exact same words. But
Yeah, I don't want to break a news story, but I'm not the one to ask about sex appeal. No, the point being is that, Marcus is one of the faces of college basketball.
But as you building this program, what has he meant to that process?
Well, it's been huge. I mean, first of all, every year that Marcus has been here, we've gotten better and better. And he decided to come to our program when we were rebuilding. And that's not an easy position to be in, because you take some lumps. We've hit some peaks and we've had some valleys too. But through it all, Marcus has been a constant in terms of who he is as a person, how he approaches improvement and getting better as a player, and then obviously his performance speaks for itself. And so what's happened is Marcus's performance has allowed him to be one of the faces of college basketball. And so you may think it's a small thing, but preseason magazines or news articles on preseason national players of the year, or guys that young players look to and say, man, that kid's had a special career and he's had a special opportunity. Those are very important stories, for any program, but especially one that we've had to rebuild. And it's helped us in incredible ways. And it will help us long after he graduates from here. And so, I think that's what, Stan was referring to, so.
That said, Steve, are you a little surprised that he's at the conference preseason player of the year? I know he's not big on awards, but is that a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, like I got more improved type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think I truly don't believe Marcus needed that to have the mindset of wanting to improve and trying to prove himself right. It's not about trying to prove other people wrong. That's not what you live for. You live for proving yourself right. And I think that's the way Marcus and our team are attacking it. And Marcus wasn't preseason player of the year last year either. And preseason awards are nice because it generates interest. It creates dialogue about college basketball during football season. And all of those things are important. The most important things are what people say at the end of the year. And so I think that's where Marcus's mindset would be.
Which one and done in the NCAA tournament last year. What do you think that your team kind of took away from that experience? Is there a sense of unfinished business?
Yeah. There's no question that obviously we want to get back to the NCAAs again, and we want to win games there. And that's universally motivation for our team. Now that's a lot easier said than done. People think it's so easy. It's a lot easier said than done, but certainly our guys, that's one of the goals that they have for this year.
What do you think the identity of this team will be?
Well, it's going to have to start with defense and rebounding. As an offensive unit, I think we'll continue to evolve, and some of that evolution will take place as we start playing games and see what lineups work the best, where guys are at, in terms of are they ready for the roles that they're in. And that evolution, that's going to be an evolution, I think, for our team offensively. Although I still think we can be really good offensively, and we have been in general. We have to start with defense and rebounding. We have really good athletes that I think can play very good individual defense. We have experience, so they should understand the concept of team defense. And then, we're big and physical, pretty much at every position. And so we have to be a really good rebounding team as well. So that's got to be our identity.
Talking about defensive rebounding, how many minutes are you expecting to play two bigs?
As many minutes as it's working. I mean, Ed, Jace, and Theo are all really good college basketball players. When the game comes, you play the lineups that give you the best chance to win. So if two of those guys on the floor at one time are giving us the best chance to win in that game, they're going to play a lot. And conversely, if it's not, then we have to do something else. I mean, so at this point, it's hard to say like these guys are going to play X amount of minutes, on November 5th or November 13th. I mean, that's still the game dictates those things. I mean, you can have a general idea and you can have a plan, but it's Mike Tyson one. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and then you got to adjust.
Steve, how happy were you with your strikes defensively last year? I know you preached it a number of times, said, hey, just look at what's going on the floor. We're better defensively. A lot of the rankings proved that.
I'm hopeful. I mean, we were the best. We were the most improved defensive team in the country last year, and that's a credit to our guys. Our guys really bought into that end of the floor. They competed like crazy on that end of the floor, and to say it was an emphasis. I mean, it's always an emphasis. Even if we didn't play good defense, we were still emphasizing it. It's just we weren't playing very good defense. But we need to, like I just mentioned earlier, like we have to hang our hat on defensive end, and I think we have the personnel to do that. So it's huge that we take another step in that area.
Well, with Kobe, is he kind of like a rugged defender, a secondary ball handler to ease the burden on Marcus that maybe missing a little last year?
Yeah, I mean, Kobe's a really good guard, and I think he complements Marcus at a really high level. And Kobe's really comfortable running a team and being a very good decision maker. And he's comfortable playing off the ball when you want somebody else to be a playmaker. And so I think that will really help not only Marcus, but our entire group, where hopefully we can get some easier baskets due to the playmaking ability of some of our newcomers.
Have you seen Sakar improve over the offseason?
Sakar improvement. That improvement should be Sakar's middle name, because I'm not sure guys improved. I mean, it's incredible, really. I mean, his development is incredible. And again, it's not. He doesn't seek the limelight, and sometimes he can be overlooked. But what he's done as a player over the course of his 5 years here, in terms of his work, his commitment to always growing and getting better, is really one of the neat stories that I've been a part of since I've been a part of college basketball. And sad to say, that's a long time now. Sakar's an incredible story. I think he'll have his best year, and he's been really important for us for a number of years, but his importance is at an all-time high as a senior.
Do you have a feel for like the chemistry of the team after the struggles at the end of the last season and then the transfers at Sam and Juliet after the season?
Yeah, I think the chemistry of the team's great. If the chemistry of the team's not great right now, probably going to be a long year. I mean, got to play some games. But in terms of the attitude, the connectivity of our guys, their friendships, the team that hangs with each other, everybody together. I mean, it's high level, and hopefully that will translate to performance on the floor.